When the winter of 1963 arrived, Bobcat basketball fans weren't quite sure what they had on their hands. The team's media guide cited a host of new and inexperienced players as part of the development process, and after a quick 5-1 start, the team lost 3 of 5 against top-flight competition. But once the very first Big Sky Conference season began, the Bobcats began to click. Montana State beat Gonzaga and Idaho on the road, and then crushed Idaho State and Weber State at home. The Bobcats hammered the Grizzlies twice and had the league championship all but wrapped up before the season's final road trip to Idaho State and Weber State. Kermit Young and Don Ray earned all Big Sky Conference honors for the team, which remains one of the finest in Montana State's glorious men's basketball history. Ladies and gentlemen, new Wendy's of Montana Bobcat Hall of Famers, the 1963-64 men's basketball team. The man in the middle of Montana State's football turnaround in the mid-1950s was generally easy to find because he was the one that was always smiling. Jim Argyris' pleasant demeanor was widely noted during his career at Montana State, but his play was no laughing matter. Argyris earned all Rocky Mountain Conference honors at both guard and center, and in 1954 was a small college All-America center. Argyris paved the way for Bobcat offensive stars of the era and anchored stifling Bobcat defenses. Montana State's 1954 team won 8 games, most in school history to that point, and Argyris was one of the team's stalwarts. Ladies and gentlemen, with us tonight are Jim's widow Helen and daughter Jamie, and accepting for the late Jim Argyris are sons Ton and Brett Argyris. Big Sky Conference coaches spent a lot of time in the late 1990s looking for holes in Tennyson Baklik's game, without much success. Tennyson anchored solid Bobcat squads, earning team MVP honors twice and landing on the All-Big Sky first team a pair of years as well. She was an outstanding student, earning a prestigious NCAA postgraduate scholarship, and her well-rounded game is reflected in the Bobcat record book. The Sheridan, Wyoming native is among Montana State's top 10 in scoring, rebounding, shooting, and block shots. Tennyson Baklik remains one of the strongest, most balanced players in the history of Bobcat women's basketball, and tonight she joins MSU Athletics Immortals. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Wendy's of Montana Bobcat Athletics Hall of Fame, Tennyson Baklik. Delmar Jones will always be remembered for his sterling combination of dazzling and hard-nosed runs that led him to the 3rd highest rushing total in Bobcat history at the completion of his career. But former Bobcat coach Sonny Holland has a different memory of Jones. He remembers the player who selflessly moved to fullback as a sophomore because the team needed him there, making contributions noticed and unnoticed that led to Montana State's thrilling national championship run. Jones finished his career with 2,819 yards and remains in the top 10 of every MSU career and single-season rushing list. He was a first-team All-Big Sky choice in 1977 and a second-team choice in 1976 and 78. Ladies and gentlemen, a Wendy's of Montana Bobcat Hall of Famer, Delmar Jones. From the beginning, it was apparent that Montana State's first golf team was something special. That team competed from its earliest tournaments and had not only talent and depth, but personality and style. And from the very beginning, that team's leader was an unassuming competitor from Billings named Jen McGregor. McGregor was one of the best golfers in the Big Sky Conference as a freshman, and in fact earned all Big Sky honors during all 4 of her seasons at MSU. She became a Bobcat legend when she spearheaded a spectacular team effort that culminated in MSU's thrilling come-from-behind Big Sky Championship won at Riverside Country Club. McGregor won medalist honors as a junior and finished her career as the Bobcats' most decorated golfer. Ladies and gentlemen, Wendy's of Montana Bobcat Hall of Famer Jen McGregor. For many players, the 2 games Don Ray put together in demolitions of the Grizzlies during his junior season would make for a good career. The athletic, slick-shooting forward out of Butte set a Bobcat record with 41 points in a 35-point Montana State win in Bozeman and answered with 29 points when the Bobcats crushed the Grizzlies again in Missoula. Ray was the leading scorer on the 1963-64 team that won the first Big Sky Conference men's basketball championship. Ray was an all-Big Sky choice that fall when he led the team with 19.8 points per game and finished second on the team with 16.8 points per game as a senior. He also grabbed 399 rebounds during his final 2 seasons, and when his career ended, he was among Montana State's top 10 career scorers and rebounders. Ladies and gentlemen, a brand new Wendy's of Montana Bobcat Hall of Famer, Don Ray.